Do you feel you're stuck in a cycle? You've been experiencing the same cycle year after year after year, and you are ready to break this cycle and improve your life? Well, today I have 12 micro habits that will help you to move your life forward and to begin to live your life's purpose. Hi, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Shanita. And on this channel, I teach this individual how to heal from their traumatic experiences, but also give themselves permission to discover and uncover who they are so they can begin to live a life of wholeness and purpose. You know, we all look for ways to improve our lives, but sometimes we set goals that will improve our lives, but we do not take the time to implement it. Or we set these goals and we are like, oh, that's just too much work. I can't even find the time to complete these goals or work on them. It looks so big. How will I ever get through this? You know, there once was a time where I would set several goals, or I would make this entire vision board every single year. And that vision board just stood on the wall. I did not take the necessary steps to work on things that I had planned to do. Because when I look at it as a whole, it was just so big, so overwhelming that I just didn't even try. But today, I know that I can make these big goals, but I have to bring these big goals down to smaller goals and begin to make smaller habits to complete these goals. And that's what I have for you today. So, have you ever created goals and lost the motivation to complete it? Let me know in the comments if that's you. If that's something that you've done, created goals or vision boards, and you just did not have the motivation to see them through, let me know. And just so you know, I'm with you on that. I've done it for several years. And now I have micro habits that help me to complete my goals. So today I have these 12 steps, these micro habits for you to implement that will help you to cultivate a lifestyle of personal development. Number one is identifying your goals. Identify short-term goals, 2-3 months, 6 months. Long-term goals. For this particular assignment, let's not go no further than a year. That's your long-term goals. And I want you to be specific in defining and clarifying those goals for different aspects of your life, such as like relationship, health, education, and so forth. Number two, I want you to start small. Remember, we're trying to make this micro habits, something that will be easy for you to complete and reward yourself and give yourself that motivation to keep going. Micro habits. So start small. You may say, I would like to work on my health, for example. That can take vast amount of different aspects that needs to be changed in your life. So you may say, okay, yes, I need to exercise. Yes, I need to eat healthy. But what does that look like for you? So you may have to break that down. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. That's starting small. One day a week. For this week, I'm going to start off and I'm going to switch my unhealthy snacks for healthy snacks. That's starting small. So I want you to start small. When you create these goals, don't just say, oh, I want to lose 40 pounds. No, say, okay, I want to improve my overall health. And these are the areas I need to work on. Exercising, eating healthy, mindset. Don't just stop there. You break down that exercise. What does that look like for you? And for everyone, it's different. Okay? You may say, like I said before, 30-minute walk on a treadmill 3 times a week. Or you may say weightlifting, upper body on Tuesday, lower body on Thursday. You're starting small. And then give yourself a time to where you have maybe not completed that goal, but you have made it a habit by then. Okay? When it comes to getting healthy, it takes a while. So it may be, you cannot go, I'm going to be 100% healthy in 6 months from now. No, you go, you know what? I will have this habit. It will become a habit for me 6 months from now. Exercising will become a habit for me 6 months from now. Eating healthy snacks will become a habit for me 6 months from now. So you're going to change it from looking at the overall picture of being healthy or losing weight to these micro, let's make exercising a habit. This is where I'm going to start. 3 days a week, 30 minutes. You want to make sure you do what is doable for you. Everybody else may like, oh yeah, I'm in the gym hour, 2 hours. And you're like, nope, I'm just starting out. I'm doing 30 minutes, 3 days a week. And then after I've made this a habit, I will increase my time at the gym or increase my time working out wherever you work out. But start small. If you start small, it will not become overwhelming. Now, I just mentioned exercise. So if that is definitely one of your goals, make sure you get a physical from your doctor first, okay, before you get started, and make them aware of what you're about to do. Okay. Number 3 is prioritizing habits. You want to decide which habits will have the most impact on your personal growth. And you would like to prioritize those habits. I mentioned exercising before. Exercise itself impacts your overall personal growth. So you make sure you prioritize your habits. And that way you are completing things that are most important to you, which will give you that determination to keep going. Also, when prioritizing your habits, you want to focus on those habits that aligns with your values and morals. You want to make sure that they are right for you, not everyone else, but what's right for you, what will fit into your life, what aligns with your values. Okay, we're not creating these goals for others. We're creating these goals and these habits for ourselves. Step number 4, create a routine. In order to develop habits, you must have a routine. It may seem boring doing the same thing every single day for a while before you change up. Say, for instance, let's go back to the exercising 3 days a week for 30 minutes. You want to create a routine of doing it, figuring out what time is best for you, what time on Monday, what time on Wednesday, what time on Thursday. You want to go those same times, those days. Now, most people like myself, I do the same time every time I go to the gym. Okay, unless an emergency happened or something bad happened, or it's winter time, and if there's a snowstorm, then I have to change it up. But I usually go the same time because I've developed this routine of I get up, have some coffee or tea, do my devotion, go to the gym. My routine in those steps all the time. So develop a routine. That way it becomes natural for you. You want it to become natural, and that way it will become a habit that will last. Number 5, set reminders. Set a reminder on your phone, set a reminder in your calendar. You may even want to set an alarm. But as you're building habits, sometimes you may forget things because you may be working on more than one habit to develop. So set a reminder and set an alarm. And number 6, track your progress. Figure out, okay, where you're at. When your 30-minute walk 3 days a week becomes a habit and you're like, maybe I can up it some. So you want to track your progress so you will know where you're at and you will know when it's time to increase. Okay? Another reason why it's important to track your progress. That way, when you complete those micro small steps, you can reward yourself. You have to always remember to celebrate you. Don't expect anyone else to celebrate you. You celebrate you. Number 7, stay accountable. If possible, grab an accountability partner. Maybe a friend or family or maybe some group to hold you accountable to your goals, to motivate you to stick with it, to lift you up when you're just like, okay, I've blown it for this day. Find someone that can hold you accountable. And that way, you will stay on the track that you're on and complete your goals. Number 8, adapt to challenges. Challenges will arise. We have to work through them and adapt so we will continue to move forward. For example, let's go back to the working out. When I get up in the mornings, it's easy during the summer to head myself to the gym. During the winter, there's challenges. Sometimes I get up and there may be a foot of snow on the ground. Or there may be ice, so I have to adapt. So I can choose, I'm just not going to go work out today. Or I can decide, you know what? I will do an online workout. But I will get my workout in, whether I'm in the gym or whether I'm at home. Adapt to challenges. Now, some challenges you may face, you may have to sit down and think through how you can overcome these challenges or what you can do about this challenge. But take the time to work through it. And that way, you can continue on working on your goal. Number 9 is visualize your success. When we visualize and think about where we want to go or where we want to be, that helps to motivate us to move in that direction. Visualize yourself. Don't just focus on what you're doing now, but visualize where you're going. What is your why behind your goal? And use that to visualize your success. Number 10, practice self-compassion. Understand, you're not going to do this perfect. I don't do this perfect. No one does this perfect. It's not this linear road you're going on. No, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Like the stock market, pretty much. So have compassion on yourself. When something doesn't go right, or say, you know what, you didn't work on the goal this week. You didn't work on developing habits this week. I want you to think, okay, what stopped me? What prevented me? What can I do differently next week? How can I overcome this obstacle? And then tell yourself, it's okay. that I made a mistake. It's okay that I didn't work on my goals this week. That's okay. I'm going to start again next week. And this is what I'm going to do differently. Compassion. Remind yourself that you love yourself, that it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to learn from those mistakes, and it's okay to move forward without holding yourself back with negativity. So don't allow yourself to dwell on those negative thoughts about you, but decide, you know what? I'm strong. I can do this. I am worthy of doing this for myself. I love myself. I'm going to do this for me. Put positive thoughts and words inside of you. Number 11, always stay in the habit of learning. Learning about yourself, learning about your needs, learning about your goals. Where do you see yourself down the road? But also taking the steps to learn maybe necessary skills you need to learn in order to move yourself forward. Always be in a learning mode, a learning cycle. And when we do that, it helps us to easily make those necessary changes when we're not going on the right path or when we make mistakes. It's easy when we're learning to make those changes. So always be in a learning state. Number 12, seek feedback. Now, we discussed having an accountability partner, so you can seek feedback from them, or you can seek feedback from those that are around you. What I want you to do with that feedback is determine, is that right for your goal? Is that going to lead you to completing your goal? Or is that feedback something that they desire of me? So you do have to make that distinction, okay? But is this something that you need to work on that will lead you towards your goal? Then figure out, okay, what changes do I need to make in my situation that will lead me to completing my goal? For example, if you could be working on ultimate health, okay? And you hang out with your friends. But when you're hanging out with your friends, you're eating everything that they put on the table. All the appetizers, all the bread, it's good with all the butter. And then you have the big meal, a couple of drinks. And you may get the feedback of, I thought you're kind of working on your ultimate health, but when we hang out, you down in everything like us. So with that information, you would decide, okay, maybe that is a change I need to make if I'm working on my health. So you may say, how do you make that change? Because you still want to hang out with your friends. So you would make that change by, okay, let me decide ahead of time what I am going to eat and what I will not eat. For example, I personally had to stop eating all the bread that they put at the tables with all the butter on it. Okay? And then another thing that I decided to do when hanging out with people, I go online, I look at that restaurant's menu, and I decide before I get into my car what I am going to eat and drink while I'm there. Most times when it comes to drinking, I have decided lemon water is going to be my thing because everything else has just way too many calories in it for me right now. So you have to decide what changes you are going to make based on the feedback that you receive. Now remember, personal growth is a lifelong journey. You're not going to get there overnight. Have compassion with yourself, love for yourself, and care for yourself. And just to know, you're working on this one small step at a time. You're creating habits not just completing goals, but creating lifelong habits. Until next time, I want you to continue to keep growing and developing and working on being whole. Give yourself permission to uncover and discover who you are so that you can live a life of wholeness and purpose.